Hello guys, and welcome back to another Tweaker Man video on a day where the rain is thrashing down outside. All I can hear on the studio roof here is the rain. It's going to be interesting at the football tomorrow. So this is the Lucid 405, and I've had to admit defeat on it finally. So let's have a little recap. So I inherited this from my uncle with all the rest of his hi-fi equipment, and when I plugged it in back in the AV room, when I inherited it all, it had a hum on it. It had a fairly sort of loud hum on one channel, and on the other a very low hum. So I messed about with it and I couldn't fix it, so I took it to Deco Audio in Aylesbury, which is my nearest hi-fi store. They looked at it and said it was one of the relays, which was faulty, so they replaced it. Well, I think they replaced both of them actually. And then I picked it up. They said it was working. I picked it up, brought it back, plugged it back in. Couldn't believe it, still had the same hum. So I contacted them. They said they didn't know what else was wrong with it. So after that, I started thinking about it, and then I started thinking I should change the majority of the parts in it, because there must be one part that's faulty. So I spent absolutely ages doing this, and you can tell by the Lucid 405 diaries that I was doing, gradually upgrading it. It wasn't too expensive, but I was just doing a little bit a month because I still had to, contribute to all the other videos I was doing as well. So I've built up some very nice parts in here, although now it's defunct because it doesn't work. And I've just got it back from Tony, who was an electronics engineer all his life. He worked on loads of hi-fi equipment, and he was the guy that I used to use in Milton Keynes when I ran my audio business. Anyway, I've just picked it up from him. He said he can't fix it either. He's come to the conclusion it's a bad design. So I started telling him I thought it was a ground loop problem. He seems to think it's not. And on one of the videos, someone said to me, the reason why you've got a hum is your wiring is like a bird's nest. Well, I don't think it is. I think I wired it up quite neatly. I spent lots of time on wiring it up. But I need to admit defeat on it now. I've wasted so much time on it. It's not worked out. So what are my plans for it now? Is to strip it down, take all the parts off, get it back to just the heat sink on the front here and the transformer, and then I shall look at changing it and turn it into original 405 but a mono block. And I've got the two other boards out of my other quad 405 in there, so I can use one of the boards in this one and one in that one, and then I'll make the power supply in this one the same as the other one. And then it shouldn't be too expensive. I should be able to do it fairly at a reasonable price. Well, when I say that, it'll probably be a couple of hundred still. And for some people, that's a lot of money. So I acknowledge that. But all these parts won't go to waste. I'll desolder them and I'll keep them in stock, and I can use them on other projects. So we've got quite a lot of nice parts in here that I put in here. So to say it's a tad annoying is an understatement, but the only thing is when you fail at something, you have to pick yourself up, you have to move on, and you have to try to, to work out where you've gone wrong so you don't do the same thing next time. Now, it's very difficult with this project to know where I went wrong, because if Tony couldn't fix it and Deco Audio couldn't fix it, Tony said that he thinks it's a bad design, and he said he would have always kept it as original quad 405 that he'd serviced and done quite a lot of work on in the past. And this is I was in denial about this, but he said he thinks they're Chinese clone boards, and even the power supply there is a clone. I mean, it's totally different to the way the original 405 is. So all I've got to do is desolder all of these off of here, and this whole circuit board will come off, and then I'll be back to just the transformer. And after removing these two boards either side, I'll be back to the transformer and just the heatsink on the front, the faceplate. I've got the other bits in the box there as well. I've got everything for it. So I've got these nice binding posts, and the back plate here. I can just remove one of these RCA plugs if I'm turning it into a mono block. I think it needs a bit of a clean up again now, because I did spray it really nicely, but having to keep undoing it and that, it's all got a bit cracked and everything. So yeah, it'd be another project. I never give up. And as I say, I don't know where I've gone wrong with this. I should have just thought Chinese boards. And the pads, they just disintegrate on the back as well, a bit like Cambridge Audio. And if you know anything about Cambridge Audio, all their circuit boards are made in China as well. And some Chinese stuff do really good circuit boards, but it depends on what company you're using to make circuit boards. Now, Cambridge Audio use 3 or 4 different companies in China, and it's their designs what they make, and then they get all their products are made in China now. And it depends on who in China's making them. That's the thing, because there are some quality companies in China. Not everything that comes from China's rubbish, but it turns out that this is. So now I was in denial about these Sanken transistors as well. They could be copies as well. You just don't know. You know, I was hoping with the way my uncle was that he wouldn't have got taken in this way by a company called Lucid Designs that promised a better sounding 405, when in effect it wasn't better sounding, it was worse sounding, and the design doesn't work. Well, that's what I've come to the conclusion. Tony said that to me as well. So I think that's it for this video. So thanks for watching another Tweaker Man video. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give this video a like, and don't forget to press that notification bell so you're notified each time I upload a new video. And thank you for watching, guys.